Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I've been missing in action for quite a few weeks now and it's really great to be back. If I can explain that my mum wasn't very well, so I was looking after her for a few days, and then I managed to pick up the flu, so I wasn't very well at all, but I'm feeling a lot better now. I've still got a bit of a cough, so hopefully that won't interfere with the video. So let's get started. Well, I have actually done some sewing while I've been away from YouTube. I've done some sewing for my small business because I had to get some orders out prepared and ready. So I did manage to struggle into my sewing room and do that. I've also done a few garments myself. Now, some of these you will have seen already. Maybe you've seen them on Instagram, but I have actually shown two of the garments already in a previous YouTube. So for the first part of the video, I'm going to go through everything that I've made over the last couple of weeks. Then I'm going to show you what I'm currently making, and then I have some really quite exciting news. So let's have a look at what I've been making over the last couple of weeks. The first garment that I made was a white base layer. It's this one here. It's using the Julia pattern from Seamwork. Now, the Julia is a very straightforward vest top with a round neck and it's sleeveless as well. And you will find my video, which I'll link up here for you. So this took an awfully long time to make because I made some mistakes on the way, mainly due to the armhole binding there. So then I went on to time myself to make the Julia again, and I made this version. This is in, oh by the way, this is in a viscose cotton jersey mix, so it's quite nice and fine. I wanted it as a base layer to wear under some sweaters. Sweater is kind of a woolly jumper. That's what we call them in the UK, and we call them jumpers too. So, and then I went on to make this version in ITY again, so I could wear it under my fig cardigan, the red cardigan that I made a couple of months ago. So I made this a lot quicker than the original one, mainly because I had my pattern pieces all cut out and my pieces for the bands all measured and knew they were going to fit. So these are two tops that I made in the last couple of weeks. I have worn both of them quite a few times and they are really comfortable and just what I needed in my wardrobe. I also made a long sleeve top for myself. It's this one here. This is the Ace top, again from Seamwork. Now, I needed some long sleeve tops in my wardrobe. I think it's safe to say that I still need long sleeve tops in my wardrobe because this is the last one I've made. And it's the first one I've made this year, I think. So yeah, it's in grey, which is my mid-neutral in my palette for this season. The Ace has a really nice grown-on neck here. And it has fitted sleeves there. It's quite a fitted style, which I like. I wanted this to wear to quite a few of the black things I have in my wardrobe. I've got some black Albi pants, I've got a black grey skirt, and I'm coming to a skirt that I made this month as well. So I wanted a nice neutral top to wear with those bottoms. For those of you who've seen previous videos of mine, you will have seen me in an Edie top that I made back in September, which has a similar kind of neck. And it is a grown-on neck like the Edie, apart from the Ace has sleeves. There are quite a few more differences as well in the shape of the body. But the neck really drapes nicely. I put some photographs up of me wearing it, and I'm really pleased with it. It's a really comfortable and quick, simple top to make. So that's my third make of the past few weeks, the Ace top. Now the fourth garment was a little bit of a miss, but it turned out to be a hit in the end. A little bit of backstory. My husband and I were going to a bit of a live music gig at a local pub. My husband quite likes ska music, and the band Madness, who were quite big in the 80s. So I was going along this time as well, and I decided that I needed a black short skirt to wear with a white top, so I'd got that black and white kind of vibe going on. So I started off making myself the Margot skirt, again from Seamwork. But unfortunately, when I tried it on without the waistband, the hips were really large. I think I cut out an extra large size, and I probably didn't need the skirt to be as big on the hips. So I hadn't really got time to mess about with it. So I decided to recut another skirt and ended up cutting a Friday Feel skirt from Pattern Emporium. And I've made the Friday Feel skirt, goodness how many times already. So I knew it would fit, and here it is. It's a nice short little skirt. It's on a hanger, it's folded back there, as you can see. It's made in scuba crepe, which I ordered from Tier Night Fabrics. I'd washed it and prepared it already. All I needed to do was cut it out and stitch it. Like I said, the Margot skirt didn't quite suit me, it didn't quite fit. So all I did was laid the pieces of the Friday Feel skirt on the top of, I laid obviously the front piece on the front of the Margot skirt and the back piece on the back of the Margot skirt. I got the pieces out quite easily. There's no waistband at all on the Friday Feel skirt. All you do is overlock the elastic onto the waistband and flick it down. So it's just a hidden elastic waistband. So that's the skirt in all its glory. I wore this black skirt to the gig. I wore my white Veronica top. I wore the black skirt. I wore a pair of fishnet tights and a pair of black winkle picker shoes. So I did in fact feel the part. I also think that this skirt actually goes really nicely with all the tops that I made. I don't know if you can see them there. They do look really nice with all the tops that I made over the past month as well. So it's almost a mini module going on there, which I may actually cover in another one of my videos in the future. Now, the last thing I made the black skirt just before I was hit with the flu. So all those tops and the skirt actually went quite well. Apart from Margot, which was a bit big, so I had to recut it into another pattern. The final garment that I made for myself didn't work out at all. Well, it did, but it's not my aesthetic. So let's find out what it is. You might have heard me say lots and lots and lots of times during my past videos that I need some more jeans and long sleeve tops, and I made a top for myself. So whilst I wasn't feeling very well, I got as many, like I said, orders as I could out of the way, and then I did spend a little bit of time, a couple of afternoons, just sewing for myself because I needed that bit of relaxation. So I cut out a pair of Iggy pants, again from Seamwork. Now, the Iggy pants, as you can see by the photographs, are a barrel-legged jean, or a barrel-legged pant, carrot leg, horseshoe leg, whatever you like to call them. And I knew that I was going out of my comfort zone somewhat in making myself a pair, because I do tend to stick to classic styles, straight legs, straight jeans, wide legs, but very, very plain designs. I'm not very much a go with the trends kind of person. So I knew that I was going out of my comfort zone with this particular make. So here they are. I have made them. Here's a photograph of me wearing them, or a couple of photographs of me wearing them, and you'll see that they don't actually do me any favours. I don't think the style suits me. If I stand up and show you these trousers, I can't actually step back to show you, but I will show you the trousers. What I did find was that the fly zip instructions from Seamwork, the instructions were absolutely excellent. There was no way you could mess that up, and as you can see, the fly looks really good. And I'm also really pleased with the, I just unzip the fly for you to show you, and I'm really pleased how the buttonhole was stitched on my new machine, and I was also pleased that I managed to get the jeans button on without too much of a problem. I did have a problem with the waistband. I did rectify it. What I did was, the waistband is shaped with the shaped edges should go at the sides of your waist. There's also a short back waistband, which I'll show you in a minute. So the straight parts of the front waistbands go to the front, and I'd somehow got the shaped parts of the waistband at the front. So of course they were on the bias, they were all over the place, they looked terrible. So I did have to unpick and recut my waistband and reapply it. But once that was done, as you can see, the waistband really does look very neat. The back has an elasticated back to it, so it's nice and comfy. The pants also have a pocket here that's attached to the side leg of the jeans. Now, I think my problem with these jeans is twofold. I think first of all, the baggy pants don't suit my frame. They don't suit my aesthetic at all. So when I tried them on, I felt quite alien in them. It didn't look like me looking back at myself in the mirror. They're not the kind of style that I go for. And I also sent the pattern off to be printed from Flamingo Prints, which I was very happy with. But I sent a size to be printed, a size 14 and 16 in the curvy range. And I really do think that the curvy range was too big for me. So it's accentuated the bagginess of the jeans. I haven't worn the jeans at all yet. I think I'm wearing them in the photograph with a pair of ballet flats. But obviously the weather is now, it's mid-November, and the weather is too cold and chilly not to wear anything on my feet and wear my shoes without socks or tights or anything. So maybe the season for these has passed. I don't even know if I'll wear the trousers around the house because I'm not overly keen on the shape of them. But everything else has worked. These haven't. So, you know, sometimes you just have to take a bit of a risk and try something new. That's what I've been making over the past couple of weeks. So let's look now at what I currently have under my sewing needle. I just said that I needed a pair of jeans, and the Iggy pants I don't think I'm going to wear for the reasons I've just explained, but I have been going on and on about the Stylark Carlisle jeans for quite a while. So this last week I have stuck my pattern together. I actually printed it myself. It was an A4 pattern that I printed myself. I probably would have been better off sending it to be printed, but I printed this quite a few months ago, so I didn't want to waste the paper or the ink. So I stuck it together one evening. It went together really quite well, in actual fact, although in my version I couldn't obviously choose layers because I had to print all of the sizes. So that was a bit of a roadmap going on, but I think the Carlisle jeans have been updated and it now has layers, if I'm not mistaken. I might be mistaken there, but I think it has been updated. This is the pattern, if you're wondering. It is just a classic jeans pattern with a fly zip, front pockets, back pockets and a waistband, but it does have a wider leg. And I want to be able to wear these jeans with a nice fitted top or a nice sweater, jumper as I called it earlier. So yeah, I want to be able to wear that kind of thing with boots. So let's see where I've got to with my Carlisles. I've just about finished the front of the jeans. If I hold them up, they may look a bit odd because I don't have a back to them to stabilise them, but there they are. So I've used a bright pink cotton fabric for the pocket bags. It's something I reached for as a bit of an emergency, and I'll tell you why in a minute. So the front pockets do work. I'm going to put my hand in there to show you. They do work. In fact, the pockets are nice and big. I think you can just about see the pocket lining popping out from that pocket's edge, can't you? Which I prefer it didn't, but I think you can just about see it. But they are top stitched. But I do like the pop of pink. And the fly, again, was actually quite easy, well, straightforward, not easy to put in. I'll just unzip it for you. There we go, that's my fly finish. Actually looks quite neat, to be fair. Here we go, I'll show you. There we go, it's quite neat on the inside. Not neat down the bottom, it's quite neatish. It wasn't as easy as the Iggy fly, by any standard, because the instructions weren't as clear as the Seamwork pattern. But there was a tutorial on the Stylark website, and I did follow the instructions, and the instructions are quite lengthy, to be fair. That is the instruction sheet for the front of the jeans. So it has the pocket, front pocket and the fly zip. So if you follow both at the same time, you can make sense of it, and you do get a very nice fly zip at the end. I have to say that with the Iggies, the fly didn't gape at all, but obviously I can't try these Carlisles on yet because I haven't got the back to the jeans. But I did make a big mistake with those jeans, and I'll tell you why I had to use the pink fabric. I'll just show you the jeans again in the pocket. This is the pocket, as you can see, and that's the back of the pocket with the pocket facing stitched onto the pocket bag. Now, I don't have any spatial awareness at all. I can look at a diagram, look at the item in my hand, and I literally can't put the two and two together. I don't know what it is. I have this fixed idea in my mind how it should be, even though I've got instructions right in front of me on a screen, which I did have with these Carlisle jeans, and something just doesn't connect in my brain. I even have that thing I'm driving along and the sat nav would say, take the next right, and I immediately turn left. It's just one of those things. I've never had much spatial awareness, and it's not always very convenient when you're sewing. So my first trial at the pocket facing and pocket bag was like this. Can you see what the problem is? I put this together with the jeans, and I actually stitched the jeans onto this part here, the front of the jeans onto this part here, folded everything back, and I got a big piece of pocket bag fabric showing, and I couldn't understand why. So I actually recut my pocket bags to see if I could get it right. And I still didn't do it right. And I'd still got a piece of the pocket bag fabric peeking out from behind the front of the jeans. The third time I did it, I still did it wrong. And I did this with the pink fabric. I don't know, you might be able to see where I stitched. I can see where I've stitched. And then it dawned on me that this pocket facing had to be with the straight part here and the curved part. It had to be kind of that way, if you like. So I'd got the wrong pocket facing on the wrong pocket bag, because the straight bit had to be down the straight part of the pocket bag. And once I'd got that in my head, I couldn't believe how easily it went together, and I've got no pocket bag showing here. I know there is a little bit here because I've got to trim that off, but where the front meets the pocket lining is nice, and it goes together quite nicely. And that, if I show the back of it, it is how it should have looked, rather than my effort where I've got the two mixed up. So now I've got that sorted. In fact, I did have a problem with the fly. The fly guard, I looked at it twice, matched it to what I had on the screen, and I still got the wrong one because I cut two of them. I still got the wrong one. So I had to start again with the fly shield. So all in all, my left and rights have been completely mixed up this week. So I'm triple checking everything before I stitch. Anyway, all that's left in the Carlisles is to do the back pockets, the back yoke, put the legs together, put the waistband on, and they're done. So the hard part for me is completed with the front pockets and the fly. Okay, let's get on to some exciting news. Back in October, I think it was, so it's about a month ago now, perhaps over a month ago, I applied to Seamwork to become one of their social club coordinators. Now, as you know, I'm based in the UK, and the only other UK social club is down in London. So I thought it would be terrific to have a social club based in the Midlands. So that's the middle part of the UK. So I filled in a Google form, sent it off, and got a reply from Erica almost straight away. We arranged a Zoom meeting, accepted by Seamwork as their new social coordinator for the Midlands. So we had our first meeting on Sunday afternoon. It was quite a bit later than I wanted it to be, but I had to look for a venue that was had lots of parking, that was accessible to anybody who was in a wheelchair, for example. Like I said, had lots of parking, and was generally easy to get to for Seamwork members in the Midlands, so from surrounding areas such as Nottingham, Leicester, Stoke-on-Trent, Derby, etc. So we had our first meeting on Sunday afternoon. There was another lady who turned up for the meeting. Let me just explain that we were just at the end of a storm, and the rain had been literally torrential. So there was lots of flooding going on, and a few people couldn't make it because of that. But myself and another lovely lady, whose name is Caroline, had a good almost 2 hours chatting about sewing in general. We talked about patterns, fabric, sewing our capsule wardrobes. We talked about the Seamwork community and what ideas we had to take the social club forward. Now, the social club is open to any sewists who are in the local area or local to the Midlands. So again, like I said, it's East Midlands. So I really had in mind Nottingham, Leicester, Stoke-on-Trent, Derby, maybe even Lincoln, to cover those areas and for people to travel into Derby. And it's also open to non-Seamwork members as well. I hope to be having an in-person meeting once every quarter, and our next social should be about February time next year. So if you'd like to join, which you can, because I said non-Seamwork members are very welcome to join, I'll pop down a link to the Google sheet or Google form you have to fill in just to register your interest, and then I can put you on the emails so I can send out details to you. I'd love to be doing a day where we all get together and do some social sewing on whatever projects we've got. I have a community room in my mind that I can book for a whole day, hopefully, where we have teas and coffees and tables and chairs and everything else. So I do have a few things in mind, like I said. If you'd like to join, there is a link to the Google form down in the description below. So do fill it in if you fancy joining us. I think that's all I need to tell you. If you've got any questions or comments, please pop them below, and I'll see you very soon. Happy sewing. Bye.